Hello friends, in this video we'll learn how to apply the loads on the structure that we have modeled. Alright, so we have defined the loads, the various loads that are applied on the building. Okay, so here you can see that different kinds of load that will be applied on the building, and we haven't applied the partition load. So what we do, we just add the partition load. Okay, so the partition load self-rated multiplier is 0, and click on add new load and click on OK. So now if we see the architectural drawing, so we can see that, so here we get the ground floor, right? So you can see that we got the outside walls as the full brick walls, that is 230 mm thick brick walls, and inside walls we have got the half brick walls, right? So that they are 110 mm brick walls. And here you can see that this wall over here has got window opening, and this wall over here doesn't have any windows. Okay, so it means that the load of this wall will be lesser than the load of this wall, right? So due to this reason, what we do, we apply the loads of these two walls separately. Okay, so now what we do, we select all the beams that has got walls with the openings. Okay, so let us take this file away, and now let's open our program. Now let's select the beam. So for that you have to be on the ground floor because we apply the loads on the ground floor beams. Okay, so we select these beams that has got the walls with the openings, and we select this one, and this wall doesn't have any opening, and this also, right? And we go to assign and click on frame loads and click on distributed. Okay, so over here we select the partition load, and here, alright, so the load applied by any object is equal to the unit weight of that object times the volume of that object. Okay, so here if your partition is of the brick, so you use the unit weight of the brick. Okay, so normally the unit weight of the brick is 19.2 kilonewton per meter cube. Now we multiply it with the thickness of the brick, and after that we multiply it with the height of the brick wall. So height of the brick wall is equal to the floor height, so 2.85. that is, you can get this value from the architectural drawings, minus 0.35, that is the depth of the beam, so that gives us the height of the wall, right? So the unit here is kilonewton per meter, so that is the per meter length, so we only multiply it with the breadth and the height. So what happens is that we normally consider 30% area for the opening of the windows. Okay, so we multiply it with 0.7 for the rest 70% of the wall, right? And we apply the load over here. Okay, so if you have got any other kind of partition, such as you can have the partition of the prefab, or you need the aluminiums, you have to enter the unit weight of that material, right? So you can get the value of the unit weight from the relevant code that is followed in your country. And in my country, for example, the code IS 875 part 1 is followed, and from that I took that value 19.2 for the bricks. Okay, so after that what we do, we select these beams over here, right? And again this also, right? And this one also. So we apply the full load on these beams, 19.2 times 0.23 times, so 0.23 times, so 2.85 minus 0.35 is 2.50, right? So we apply the load. Okay, so after that what we do, we select the inside beams. So these beams also have the walls, right? So these two beams, and this one also has got the walls, right? So what we do, we apply the load. So these are the half brick walls, so it's 19.2 times the thickness is 0.11 times 2.50. okay, and we apply the load, right? So it's 5.28 kilonewton per meter. Okay, so so we have done okay, right? So we have covered all the beams of the ground floor. So after that what we do, we go to the first floor, right? So what we do, we select the beams, the outside beams. Okay, right? And what we can do, is that we can apply the load as 19.2 times 0.23 times 2.50 times 0.7 and we click on apply. And after that, what we do, we go to one step up and we select the beams of the second floor as well, these beams, right? So they have got the same load, so we click on apply. Right, again what we do, we go to the first floor. That I did for my easiness, right? So what you can do is that you just can apply all the loads of the first floor and go to the second floor. So what else you can do is that you can just apply loads on the ground floor and copy those beams to the first and the second floor. Okay, so you have to make sure that all the beams are similar on the upper floors. Okay, the wall over here on the architectural drawing, you can see that is not on the beam, so it is a bit offset with this beam, so we'll apply that load on this slab. Okay, and now we select these beams over here. Okay, so this one also. And what we do, we apply the load as 19.2 into 0.23 into 2.50. Okay, so we apply and we again go one step up, and here you got open terrace on this portion over here, so you don't have any wall, right? So we apply in these two beams only. So now we go to first floor again. So after that, what we see is that we got a full brick wall with opening over here and over here. So what we do, we just multiply this value into 0.7 and we click on apply, right? And same goes on the second floor as well. So we click on apply, right? Again we go on the first floor. So after that, what we do, we select this beam over here and this beam and these two only beams. Okay, so we have got this beam over here and also this beam over here, so they also have got this load, right? Okay, so after that, we select these two beams and we apply the value 19.2 times 0.11, sorry, 11 times 2.50, and we click on apply. Okay, so we go to the upper floor. This has got opening, so we select this, and what we do, we just multiply it with, so have we done in the upper floor? No. So what we do is that we just we unselect this, so we select this beam over here and we go into the second floor and select it and apply here as well. And what we do, we select this beam and it apply the 70% of this value. Okay, so we click on apply and we go to this first floor and click on here and click. So if you have got this option selected over here, replace existing load, so what it will do is that it will replace 5.28 with 3.69, right? So we apply. So now the 3.69 load has been applied, right? So we don't have any wall over here, and we got a wall over here, that is the half brick wall, and it doesn't have any opening, so I should have done it earlier, but 19.20 into 0.23 times 0.23 times 2, okay, so just 0.11 times 2.50, and we click on apply. It's 5.28, right? And on the second floor, what we have got it has a full brick wall with the openings, right? So what we do, we just multiply 9.2 times 0.23 times 2.50 times 0.7. Okay, and click on apply, right? Okay, so we apply on this beam, we don't have anything over here, and we apply here, and we have, let's go to the first floor. Yeah, we have done on the first floor as well. So what we do, we go to the roof, and we have got parapet wall on these beams, right, on these outside beams. So what we do, we select these beams over here. Now what we do, we apply the load as the parapet wall load, and we multiply the values 19.2. So what you can do is that you can either construct a full brick wall or the half brick wall. So here I will take half brick wall, so it depends upon the requirement of the client. Okay, So if you take the full brick wall, it will be safer, and if you take the half brick wall, it will be a little bit unsafe. Okay, so 0.11 times, so what we do, we multiply with the one that is the height of the wall, 1 meters. Okay, so, and we click on apply and we click on OK. So after that, if you have to see the values of these loads, what you can do is that, so go to display and click on load assigns and click on frame loads. So if you do the parapet wall load, so you can click on OK. So you can see the parapet wall load that has been applied, right? And if you want to see other loads that we recently applied, so go to frame and click on partition load and click on OK. Right, so you can see all the loads have been applied, right? So if you go down, let's display it on this window as well. Click on frame and click on OK, and let's check. All right, okay, so we are okay over here, right? So go to the ground floor and this is just fine, right? Okay, so this is how you apply the partition loads on the beams. I hope this video was helpful, and in the next video we'll learn how to apply the loads on these slabs. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and take care.